First we got the ghosties, then we got the fucking... So many fucking demons. What the fuck did I just watch for the last 4 hours?
I don't know. You wanted to watch them and you were happy. Are you happy?
Oh, good lord.
Are you happy now?
I'll explain my thoughts about it in a second.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to the Charming Analysis Podcast and welcome to the Halloween Spectacular for 2022. I'm Mari.
Jay.
The Bat.
The Bat. Yes, the Bat.
And today we're gonna be doing another double feature. So this is our third podcast we're recording. By the time this gets recorded, we already have the first two up.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, you guys can check out what we've done so far. So today for our double feature, we decided to watch the original Poltergeist, which came out in 1982. I still can't believe it's that fucking old. And we watched Drag Me to Hell, which came out in 2009.
Yes.
So, which one do you want to talk about first, honey?
I don't know. We'll talk about as we watch them.
All right. Looks like we're starting with Drag Me to Hell then.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you explain to the audience what Drag Me to Hell is?
The girl gets cursed, and she has to reverse the curse before a demon drags her to hell. That's the main synopsis of the story. I watch horror because I like visuals and stuff. I don't know. I don't really watch horror for the last thing I watched it is I don't know, to learn any characters' names. Because I can't remember characters' names for the life of me. I can barely remember any characters' names.
Okay, so what did you think of Drag Me to Hell? Because, oh boy, I got a lot to fucking say about it. Why don't you go first?
It was okay. I don't really understand all the hype about it, though. Maybe because... No, I don't know. I don't really understand the hype about it because I was like, "Oh, this is one of the best horror movies to come out of the late 2010-ish."
It came out before 2010. It was the last one before the.
Well,
2010s.
yeah, but the 2000s, I guess. I don't get it. I kind of don't get it. I understand the concept, but I don't really understand why it became such a big deal. I guess. Maybe because there was just a lot of shitty horror movies coming out that time, but I don't know.
Me neither.
There's a point where there's a point where good horror movies came out and then terrible horror movies came out and then good ones come out again. It's like a cycle. It's all the good ones come out at the same time in a small period of time. And then they become shitty for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
That's
to me... actually, you keep going.
No, that's just why, I'm just surprised, why this one, because... Maybe because we live in America, we just get all the shitty horror movies.
I don't know either, but... To me... This movie honestly gave me a fucking headache.
Did it?
Okay. This movie...
You have more to say about it than me, so take it away.
Legit. This movie pissed me off so much. This girl did not deserve any of the shit she fucking got. She didn't deserve any of it. All she was trying to...
Maybe she did.
I don't think she did.
Maybe.
But that's just me. I personally don't think she did. Okay? Legit. First, she gets cursed by it. I understand, but here's the thing. Life happens. Did the women pay her? I'm not trying to be mean to the old lady, okay? I'm not. I feel bad that the old lady had to go through this shit too. However, that doesn't mean you get to do this shit to someone just because they didn't let you keep your house. I feel like a lot of the stuff from this movie was really uncalled for. I feel like they overdid it. They really overdid it. They were trying to screw the message into your fucking brain. It's like they're trying to, push you into the TV and say, here, appreciate this. That's what I got out of Drag Me to Hell. That's basically what I got out of it.
Appreciate life, because you never know who's going to
I get the message.
You over.
I get the message. And it's a good message to have. But I feel like they were trying to drill it into your head without, like, giving any kind of, like, reason why. Like, I feel like all they could have done to, like, make it better was, like, show, okay, if you do this, you can have consequences. But if you do this instead, something good will happen to you. I feel like that's what they should have done.
But nothing good happens. Like, nothing. There was no, like, karma or anything. Not really. It was just... I think it was just a woman going through hell. I think that was it. And then there's no escape from it. And that's the ending. I think that's most horror movies.
I feel like
most horror movies don't end like in a satisfying way.
Well, some do. Some do. Okay, not all of them, but some do.
Well,
I'm just gonna say this though. She should have had a happy ending. And we're going into spoiler territory. Because, fuck it, we kind of have to with this. She basically ends up dying in the end.
Mm-hmm.
She thought she got rid of her curse. And then ended up not getting rid of it.
Okay.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised, to be honest, about this whole thing. Can we stop looking on Netflix, please?
I'm fine. You're the one talking. You're the one talking.
Looking all over Netflix.
Leave me alone. Okay, continue to talk.
Okay, so to me, this is one of those movies that I feel like was very predictable.
Was it? You didn't know how it was going to end?
I didn't know how it was going to end, but I feel like, I will admit the jump scares got me.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking jump scares got me in this.
Did it? It didn't do it for me.
Because they came out of fucking nowhere. Like, they came out of nowhere for, like, most of it.
It's hard to get beyond jump scares. It's really hard.
Well, for me,
it's really hard.
It takes a lot for you to get scared. Like, let's admit that. I'm more the fucking scaredy cat than you. Like, I hate jump scares.
Which is why I am more sucked into, like, how scary you can be through, like, how terrifying it's happening to the person that's on the screen. If something terrible is happening, then you always imagine yourself in the situation. Like, that could be me in the same situation. You know, that could be me floating up in the air. But since I don't take, like, these situations as, like, real, like, circumstances, I'm sorry, I just don't believe in such things, and it's not that scary to me. It's just like a romp. It's like a romp for me. And to you, it's just saying something else, that you did take it more seriously because you do believe in stuff like this.
I will also say this. Both these movies were hard for me to get through.
Was it?
I'm not gonna... Well, Drag Me to Hell more than Poltergeist, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll talk about that later because I want to just explain this stuff first. What did you think about the girl going through all this shit? Do you feel like she deserved it, or do you feel like...
I didn't feel like she deserved it. I just felt like bad things happen to like, people who just are gonna be unaware about it, and that's the whole... I think that's just the whole point of it. Like, you want to show a person who was like, you know, didn't need to go through it, but they went through it anyway. Because circumstances.
Like, I don't understand why they had to do the stuff they did. Like, to me, I thought some of it they could have toned down a little bit. But I felt so bad for this girl through the entire thing that, oh my gosh, it gave me a fucking headache. Like, a lot of the stuff she went through was honestly really sad. Like, the first thing, basically, her throwing, like, basically puking out blood and spraying it on everybody, that was just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Her fucking cat didn't deserve to fucking die. That made me upset. And just, like, I feel like she also, like, just took it way too far with, like, the actual main character actually took it too far when she was at the parents' house. That I will admit. She should have kind of not done that.
It's not of her control. I feel like you think that this movie upsets you. And I just think that this movie is something where I'm gonna probably forget about it. I feel like that's the...
I will say that, though, like, I will say that as well. Even though I'm pissed about it now, I'm probably gonna forget about it in, like, a day or so. Because, sadly, this movie is not that memorable in some aspects. While in other aspects, it's like... I feel like if they remade this movie, this would be a lot better. Okay, do you think they could remake this movie, and do you think it would be better or worse?
They can remake most horror movies.
But do you think this movie deserves a remake, or do you think it should just be stuck in 2009?
I'm sure they already have. Like, I'm sure this is not the only movie that's done this concept before.
But
It really isn't.
Okay. I think the thing that pissed me off the most was that she didn't get a happy ending. I feel like she should have got her happy ending at least. She should have been rid of her curse.
There's no happy ending.
Can I please? Can I finish?
For Sam Raimi?
Can I finish? I feel like for all the shit she's been through, she deserved a happy ending at least. But, like, the sad part is... for those who are wondering about why I'm pissed off at the ending of this, because the ending, I think out of all the stuff in this, the ending probably got me the worst. Like, the ending to me was probably the worst thing they could have done. So, basically, she's about to go on a little trip with her boyfriend. I'm assuming the boyfriend's going to propose. And then, as she was about to leave, she finds out that the button that she got cursed with, he has, and then she's, like, disgusted, and she ends up backing up into the tracks, about to get hit by a fucking train, mind you.
But she gets saved.
But then, instead of getting hit by the train, which I thought she was gonna get hit by the train and die like that.
Like a Final Destination.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were gonna do that. But, they didn't.
Wait, so you get mad at this, but you don't get mad at Final Destination?
We're not getting into that.
Like,
we're not getting into that.
Why is that
Jay?
the cause? Because Final Destination, like, takes all of their victims, like, at the last second, and then, like,
Jay, we've already done a podcast about it. You already know my feelings about it.
What's the difference?
Can I finish?
What's the difference?
But I'm just saying, she ends up getting actually dragged to hell, and, like, just her skin peeled off at the end, and then she's gone, and then the boyfriend's fucking sad. I feel like he should have just not even, like, opened the envelope. He should have just tossed it away, and then they should have been whisked away into a happy ending.
Because Justin Long's gonna turn into a walrus. Weird.
What?
You ever seen Tusk?
No.
He is turned into a walrus in that one. It's fine.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Doesn't deserve happiness.
I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. I'm like, just give me that. Give me the remote.
No.
Hey.
You don't deserve this remote, and she didn't deserve the whatever she came to.
Jay's being a booty. Okay, so do you have anything else to say about this before we talk about the other one?
I have really nothing to say about it. It's a product of its time for me.
I feel like it's dated.
Is it dated?
Yes.
I don't know.
I feel like it is.
I feel like
it's fucking dated.
Okay, so what do you rate it then?
You go first. I want to hear yours first.
I'm not gonna remember it. Because it's just something I've seen before. These types of stories, like demons coming back. I don't know, it's the least interesting thing that I've seen so far of a demon coming back to take your soul away, or the devil coming back to take your soul away. Because, I don't know, they just did the normal shit with that like, normally these types of films do. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
You give it a 3 out of 10?
Yes.
You wouldn't see it again?
No.
Okay, understandable, honestly. Okay, for me. Wait, another season's coming for Squid Games?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god, Mario, just give your rating.
I'm sorry, Jay decided to put fucking Netflix on in the background, and that's one of the reasons I was trying to take the remote from you, because it's going to distract me.
No.
You're just doing this to distract me.
Yes, now hurry up.
Can you stop?
Okay, fine.
Turn that off, and then I'll give my rating.
Okay. There.
Thank you. I'll put it down, and we're just going to finish this, because I don't want you to distract me. I get distracted by everything.
Yeah, you do.
Why do you think I tell you not to do that?
Okay, fine. Let's give your rating.
Okay, for me, I give this a 2.5 out of 10. I definitely would not watch this again. If you are into shit like this, you would probably like this better. This honestly terrified me and gave me a fucking headache. So I'm never going to see it again. 2.5 for me.
I think you generally don't really care for horror movies.
Some I do, okay? Don't get me wrong. Some I do. And some I don't.
We do the Halloweens for the funsies. We don't do it for the scaries, apparently, because very few things scare me. But a lot of things scare you. But the things that scare you, you don't want to acknowledge.
Okay, then. You're calling me out. Damn.
Yes, I am calling you out. I am calling you out on this whole spooktacular setup right here.
Why are you like this?
It's about facing your fears or lack thereof, because you technically don't remember these movies after you watch them.
Well, some of them can you stop? Some of them I do, and some I don't.
The only thing you remember is like last year when like the kid got hit by the bus and you had to pause because that was too
I'm
much
sorry,
for you.
Pet Cemetery scarred me. Okay,
Did it scar you?
That was fucking sad.
I mean, I can probably find other things that will scar you a lot better. But,
okay, we're not doing that right now. Okay, so out of the we got drag me to hell out. Get the hell out of here.
Can I get the hell out of here?
Okay, now we're gonna talk about the 1982 version of Poltergeist, the first one.
Yes.
Why don't you explain what Poltergeist is for those who don't know?
It's about a family. I forgot what the family's name is. I'm just gonna call them the family.
Okay.
And it's...
I think Carol Ann, I think, is the name of the kid.
Well, I mean, she gets taken by the whatever, the intergalactic ghost demon thing.
Basically Satan. I'm gonna say Satan.
Are you sure it's not Satan?
Let's just
Wasn't Satan to me.
Let's just say
that
demon.
Was some type of
she got kidnapped by a
shit.
fucking demon.
And, they're just the whole movie trying to get her back from this interdimensional ghost world, whatever. Yeah, I know it seems like I'm talking enthusiastically about it, but I actually do like the direction that it went through.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it, but for something that came out in 1982, this was shocking to a lot of people.
Well, that's because it came out as a PG-13.
No, it came out as PG.
It came out as PG? I thought you said it was PG-13.
This was the movie, I think, that had one of the movies that was an argument for PG-13 to exist.
Damn.
So...
Well, that's crazy.
I mean, I can't really tell if these movies are scary anymore because we've been so desensitized by like so much stuff that it's hard for people to legit get scared of anything.
Well, you never know. Some people can and some can't.
I can only look at these movies though from like the perspective of, well, would I have been scared of this as a kid? And so this one, I did see it as a kid, and I was more fascinated by it than anything. So I'm fascinated by the imagery of just getting sucked through like this wormhole.
Dimensional, wormhole.
Yeah, like this hellish wormhole.
Of unknown unknown properties.
Just brightness in general. Just like what's on the other side of that brightness. You never know. So that's cool. I more consider it a cool movie. Cool, just a movie to look at when you're like hauntingly want to be
Scared.
Just entranced by something.
We're scared out of the scared shitless.
Not me. I'm not scared. Were you scared?
Not really.
Exactly.
I always thought I was going to be more scared of it, but
I
surprisingly,
like as you
no.
said it, like in like the 25-minute mark, that you were like, nothing's going on, and then the kid got almost eaten alive by the tree. Which was
okay.
funny.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and then I went somewhere as soon as I fucking said that.
You went somewhere and they'd be like, hey, honey, look what you missed.
Be like, what the fuck happened?
Yes.
Literally, okay, I'm going to talk about this really quick, and then I want to hear your thoughts about it.
Okay.
But, like, legit, it was the 20-minute mark. I had to go to the bathroom, and I had to get, like, a snack, because I need to have food.
Because you're hungry.
Yes. And legit, I'm like, honey, this shit's boring me. Nothing's happening. And I literally came back, and Jay was laughing his ass off. Because shit started fucking happening. But shit started to get good as soon as I fucking left the room. And I'm like, what? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Yeah, he was doing that. He was laughing his ass off. And I was like, are you kidding me?
You just say the most funniest stuff at the most random of times. And it's funny every time.
I will admit, though, that was funny. I will admit that.
Funny. It was.
So what did you think of Poltergeist? Because to me, it was interesting. It wasn't scary per se, but like it's more interesting.
I feel like when we watch maybe
the remake.
No, fuck no. I feel like when we watch maybe something like, I'm trying to think of that movie that came out like recently that people were like, this is a good like psychological backroom situation. What is it called?
I don't know.
What was it called? It was called
just keep talking and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's Barbarian. I don't know. They like a lot of creepy suspense stuff do like the little suspended. Oh, you're in suspended animation wherever the fuck you are at. As I think this is probably one of the first movies to do that. But not really. It's more of like a ghost story. Like a ghost story of trying to get somebody back from like
the dead.
Not where the fuck they are at. Wherever. And it's like,
okay.
And like at the end of the movie they reveal that it's like, it's built on like like the whole house was built on the whole neighborhood was built on a cemetery.
First off, why the fuck would you build a house? Wait, not just one house. Multiple fucking houses on a cemetery. Why would you do that?
You'd be sorry. You're
That's
probably
so stupid.
sitting on one right now. What are you talking about? Everybody has died anywhere. You can't be certain. Even if they're gonna come back
please
from the grave.
don't. Please don't.
Like, come on. Dude.
Anyway. Okay. So another thing I do want to ask.
What?
Do you feel like this movie still holds up? Because this movie technically got a remake.
Yeah.
So I don't have to ask if it's good.
I don't need to watch the remake. I don't want to.
Do you feel like this would be this is better than the remake?
I don't want to watch the remake.
Why?
Because I got everything I need from this one. I don't need to watch the remake. I don't even watch a worse version of it.
You don't even know if it is the worst version of it.
I don't give a shit. Like, I normally just tend to stay away from those because it's the exact same story. And I don't really care about that. Like, I just don't want to do, like, do you want to watch the most recent Pinocchio movie? No.
No.
Exactly. So, shush.
Okay. Anyway, so another thing I want to ask you, what do you think about the way that they portray the evil entity in this? Do you feel like it should have been better?
I didn't see. I thought it was just because I thought it wasn't really it wasn't really a singular entity to me. It was just kind of like world. Like, another world coming into, like,
the person's house.
It felt like it felt like another world that had a mind of its own. And that's how I can describe it. I can't really describe it as an entity. I can only describe it
I'm just calling it an entity, just
the world.
So we can just describe basically what it is.
Something.
Okay. Well, another thing I do want to point out, and I noticed this.
Yes.
And I thought it was kind of funny.
What?
You know the one character, like the one entity that was in front of the door, and the mom was, and it was like growling like a lion, and the mom was like screaming her head off. Why the fuck did it remind me of the fucking animatronic thingies from Spirit Halloween? The one that's like on the 4 legs with the 4 hands as feet. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
that thing?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did that remind me of that? And like the other one that literally launches into the air and scares the shit out of you. Like, it reminded me of both those things.
I don't know.
In one. And I was like...
Weird.
I was like, I feel like they copied Spirit Halloween when they did that.
I thought Spirit Halloween wasn't even alive enough.
You don't even know.
I don't even know anymore.
Anyway.
Wow, they copied Spirit Halloween. That's the only thing that they ever have copied ever in the existence of horror. Yeah.
Okay, but that's like the one thing I thought that was kind of funny. Alright, another thing I do want to ask before we kind of wrap this up.
Pop culture references.
Okay, shush. I'm trying, okay? Anyway. Probably next question I'll bring up, and then we'll get to the review.
Okay.
Would you be interested in seeing the other movies? Because I would like to see what they do. I would like to see
Poltergeist 2 and 3.
Did they make any more other than that, or just those?
I think those two. Those are 2. That's it. But I would be interested in seeing the. I'm gonna go back to 3 again.
Is it supposed to continue?
Yeah, I want to go back to 3 again. I really do. I haven't seen 2.
Well,
but
you
I want
have
to
to
go back
see 2
to 3.
and then 3 because that makes sense.
I know, but like.
We'll get to eventually watch 3.
When that woman showed up,
you remembered her?
I remembered her from 3, and then I realized, oh yeah, I was actually emotionally invested in her story, and it's been so long since I've seen the original, then I think that this character has progressed, and I feel bad for her.
Well, don't spoil anything because
I'm not, but like, I feel a genuine connection, even if it's like, I don't remember this character. But I felt it. I felt it from what I've seen of her. Like she's a cute like sweetheart and all.
She
that
is.
stuff.
I will admit she's probably my favorite character besides Carol Ann. Like they're literally the only 2 characters I care about in this.
Carolina.
Anyway, so we know that. But if you guys are interested in us doing a podcast on the rest of the Poltergeist franchise, just comment below and let us know, because I would gladly do that. I'm just, in case you guys are interested, but we're still going to review 2 and 3, but...
It's better than watching all fucking 12, 13 shitty Children of the Corn movies. Like...
I still would like to do that, just to see what the hype is. We'll see. We'll see. But we're probably not going to do it this year, maybe. We'll probably do it like a different year. Anyway...
if I do, you're getting me really drunk.
I know. We already know this. Anyway, so let's give our rating for this and be done, because I don't really have any much else to say. Do you? Because to me, this is like a shorter podcast, in my opinion.
This is a short podcast. We always make these short podcasts.
Well, not all the time.
All the time.
Jay, there's a couple where we made like a bunch of them.
When have we made a long one?
You wanted to do a Hotel Transylvania one. That was almost 3 hours.
That was 2 years ago. Shut your mouth.
That was a long one. We did a couple that were long. We did a couple of them. So, give your rating, and then I'll do one more spiel thing, and then we're done. So, what do you give your rating as?
The first one.
And do you have anything else to say?
No.
Okay, well, let's give the rating.
The first one, I give a 6 out of 10.
Would you watch it again?
A trippy movie. You
would?
I mean, I would probably watch Poltergeist 3 again over this, but...
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, for me, I would probably give this a 4 out of 10. Like, I think it's decent. It's not bad, but it's decent. Would I watch it again? I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would watch this again, to be honest. Like...
You don't want to watch a lot of old movies again.
Well, some of them I would.
Or you don't like watching old movies. Apparently,
I do sometimes.
You're just like an old soul.
It depends on how I'm feeling and how it impacts me, okay? It depends. It happens. It's okay. Anyway, so we are doing the rest of the Halloween Spectacular podcast. We've already got 2 episodes up by the time this is already up. we plan on doing a few more, and then we also do plan on reviewing the 3 specials for Owl House. One of them is coming out this month, so be on the lookout for that. And then we'll talk about, next time we do a podcast, we'll talk about the rest of the plans for the year, but we're not going to do it this time. We're going to probably wait till like a couple more podcasts in and then kind of explain it. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Okay.
All right. So thank you guys for watching, and be on the lookout for our next podcast coming soon. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out.